What is good, y'all? My name's Nick, and on this channel I talk about cars. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about Honda Elements today. I own one. I love it. It's one of the best cars that I think has ever been made. It's the most functional car I've ever owned, and there's a whole list of reasons why I think that everyone should own one and would be better off if they had them. But today I'm going to get into 5, 6, maybe 7 things, and the last thing is going to be very specific to the Honda Element. And it's not something you're going to see on any of these for sale sites or anything about the Honda Element in particular, but it's the biggest reason why I think that I will always own a Honda Element as long as I can afford to. Let's get into it. I think the Honda Element's most distinctive feature is the incredibly versatile interior space, which is part of the whole boxy design of the vehicle, combined with the clamshell doors and the basically flat floor. You can essentially fit anything into these vehicles. They can accommodate things like surfboards, mountain bikes, motorcycles. I've moved tons of sneakers in these. If you're a sneakerhead, follow me on my sneaker history channel. But anyway, you can basically fold up the rear seats and it gives you complete access to a flat floor, which is great for everything you can possibly imagine. And honestly, trips to IKEA, those types of things become super simple, and you don't have to worry about them being in the back of the vehicle like you would a truck where they might get wet. So it's one of my favorite things. It's kind of like a little minivan slash truck, enclosed truck space, but it's one of the things that I absolutely love. Another standout quality, in my opinion, is durability, particularly the interior. You know, Honda used like a water-resistant urethane flooring and stain-resistant fabric, so the only real issues that you're going to run into are things like the seats compressing over time or the little plastic trim pieces breaking from coming in and out of the vehicle a bunch. But really, they're like the perfect outdoor enthusiast car, the perfect car for pet owners. You can almost just hose out the interior if you have one of the models that doesn't have carpet. I have a Honda SC, so it has carpet, so it doesn't work for those of you that own an SC like myself. But the third thing I think is really important about the Element, and something I've talked about on previous videos on this channel, the Element's elevated seating position and the big window provide a really great visibility, making it easy to get in and out of tight spaces and make it super comfortable for long drives. And honestly, the tall roof means that you have a ton of headroom for all types of passengers. But really, it's about the ability to be safe and see what your surroundings are. And if you haven't watched my other video on the 2 modifications that I make to all my vehicles, including the Honda Element, check that out. I'll link it up here, or in the description. The next thing on the list is the 2.4 liter K-Series. This is basically a perfect balance between, I would say, reasonable fuel economy and adequate power for daily driving. You can also get the Element in an all-wheel drive. I have a 2-wheel drive, front-wheel drive version, but it becomes pretty capable in, you know, let's say snowy weather or rainy weather, adverse weather. And if you look at some of the other channels on YouTube, which I'll link to a few of them below, they will take you on a complete off-road adventure. It is one of the best vehicles for that, one of the best vehicles to live in, and there's tons of people on here that can share even more about that than I can. The fifth thing is the customization potential. I think this is super key. This is like kind of my favorite thing about Hondas in general, but really this is like a more of a modular interior, so you can switch up seating arrangements. You can buy swivel seats for the front seats, you can put a bed in the back, you can put in all sorts of stuff like a whole shelving unit with a desk, like my friends over at Redwood Adventure Designs. These things make for a completely modular interior design, and kind of going into the idea of being able to create a bed in there, you know, like if you're a camper or a road tripper, this is the absolute perfect vehicle for that kind of thing. Now, the Element first started back in the early 2000s and ran through around 2011, and the last few models were made in 2012. And even though it's an older vehicle, the safety features were a bit ahead of their time, and that's kind of number 6, I think, what I'm on. Things like standard anti-lock brakes, side curtain airbags, electronic stability control in the later models. These features combined with solid construction and really just made it a good, safe choice for a car in its class. Now, combine all of those safe features with the fact that, you know, this is one of the most reliable cars on the planet, in my opinion. I've got well over 200,000 miles on mine, and I know many people that have pushed into the 300 to 400,000 mile range. And really, these are just known for having the Honda tradition of long-lasting reliability. It's really just routine maintenance to keep things up, even with such high mileage. That is something I think is super valuable to anyone and everyone who's looking for a vehicle. Now, I said I would save the best part to last, and that is the Honda Element community. I'm supporting one of my fellow Element owners with my NorCal Elements hoodie right here. Victor, I'll put a link to these hoodies, but Victor and Robert actually have a meetup happening on the 22nd of February in Santa Cruz. It is at 719 Swift Street, Suite 56 in Santa Cruz. The NorCal Elements Santa Cruz meetup starts at 11 a.m. There's a coffee shop there called Cat and Cloud that you can grab a coffee and hang out, meet other Element owners, see what they've done to customize their cars. And honestly, I went to the last one, even though I might not get all the work done on my Element to get my Element there, I will be there regardless. But if you want to meet me in person, you can meet me there, and you can meet a bunch of other way cooler Element owners who travel the world, travel the country, live in their vehicles, customize them, go off-road, do all these crazy, cool, adventurous things. And again, that is February 22nd, 2025, 11 a.m. in Santa Cruz at 719 Swift Street, Suite 56. This is one of my favorite things, my absolutely favorite thing about owning a Honda Element is just how supportive the community is and how many unique people own these vehicles and how everybody looks at them and makes them their own in their own personal ways. So make sure you join us if you are in the area, Northern California, Bay Area, etc. If not, I hope that you can find some Element owners in your local community to connect with. And thank you for watching. Let me know what your favorite thing is about the Honda Element. And if you are considering buying one, I hope you do. I don't think you'll regret it. If anything, make sure that the maintenance is done and, be a little aware that the worst thing about the Element is the gas mileage is not the best, but it's totally reasonable and I couldn't live without it. Thanks for watching. My name's Nick. Hit subscribe and check out my other channels if you're into content or sneakers or anything like that. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.